Looking for Rick sports content? I got that. Curious about the entertainment industry and its many dark secrets? Got 'em. Live stream content? Hell yes. Rig sports clips? Check. Music? Bam, we got that too. Now click that subscribe button and ring that bell.
All right. I'm your host, Derek, co-host, Dizel. Back with episode 2. It's been like
6 months, nigga. It's been like 6, 7, 8, 10 months. I know. Yeah. Long ass time.
we gonna blame that all on Dizel.
I don't know how. This is your show, nigga. This is your show. I don't know how.
We're gonna say I had nothing to do with that shit. But we back. Back to work, Habu City. So it's been tough, linking up and all that shit. But we back now, so we cool.
Thank you to the internet.
For real though. Shout out to the internet. Einstein, that's you, bro. Don't know if that's true. Don't know who's been there that, but
definitely not Einstein.
But first off, I don't even want to get into it. No, never mind. Because I was gonna start talking about Tom Brady before we even got into the whole podcast.
Oh shit!
Because the thing about it is, bro, he sat there and was like, I didn't make a decision one way or the other. How you do it a day after? You couldn't give us like 4 or 5 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't want the whole, the little celebration. They didn't want how they did Kobe and Jeff Gordon. He didn't want all that. He just like, I'm gonna go out there ball.
I get it. Not doing it during the season. I get that. But you lost. Cool. Everybody knew your ass was retired after you lost that game, and then you come out and be like, no, I'm retired. I ain't said one way or the other. You retire the next day. The next day, bro. Okay.
This shit go deeper. Right, there's a reason for that. I'm just glad the nigga done though.
The 7 Super Bowls fake?
Yes, they're fake.
Is that what you said?
Yes. Yes, all of them. Yeah.
Not all the balls were deflated. Let's go ahead. We can come back to that in about 3 sections. Let's go ahead and get into the diversity section. So I had John answer these questions about 7 to 8 months ago. So I think he's still cool with me using them. I told him he was going to be recording this week.
What if he became a closet racist in like 7 months and didn't tell anybody? Yeah, then it'd be a little awkward.
Okay. So first question I asked him, I said, what struggles come with having racial discussions with people of the opposite race, and why do you think these things occur? So he responds with, struggles I mostly try to voice. Wait, what? Struggles I come? Oh, okay. Struggles I come to mostly are trying to voice my opinions and views without coming across as offensive. Being a white male in today's society, I feel like I have to be very careful with my choice of words. I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with you there. Very careful with my choice of words as well as what I say, because when having a conversation about race, I'm trying to gain knowledge and perspective from someone I may not, or from somewhere I may not have had before. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I mean, I'll let you go first. I'll let you respond on this one.
That's because everybody walking on eggshells nowadays because the internet, people don't want to get canceled. People don't want to be labeled a racist. People are so sensitive to every little thing everybody got to say about them. They got to make sure everything is all positive. It's like, bruh, fuck it. Say what you got to say. But be respectful too. If as far as like the race shit, be respectful. Don't be like a dickhead and be like, yeah, I didn't know I couldn't say that. You just fuck around and say the N-word. You can call someone said this. It's like you don't need all of that drama.
Who's that boy? Myers Leonard. He said, "People want me, man. I'm just out of shape. Boy, nobody wants your ass. They gonna give it that. We'll get you next season, bro. We'll get you next season. We gotta let that shit go."
He said something anti-Semitic. That's right.
He said, He said
you can't come back from that one, bro. You really got to do some behind the scenes work to make up for that.
Which I'm gonna be honest with you, I've heard Jewish people say this before because I used to play basketball sometimes at the Jewish Community Center in Memphis. And I've heard people say that before, but I never understood. I didn't know what it meant until that happened. And I was like, oh, shit. It's a good thing I never repeated that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like when I was playing soccer, I didn't know that they didn't like the Hispanics on I don't really know another word to call them. But the Hispanics on the team were like, they didn't like me using the word Hispanic. I said it one time. It's like, hey, bro, don't call us. And I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to call you, bro? Y'all are from like 5 different
Espanol.
countries. Like, you want me to call you Latino? He was like, nah, not that either. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't remember where all y'all are from, bro. Like, that's not my fault.
Bro, I was having a conversation with my grandma earlier, and we were talking about this, and I was like, Granny, like it's really not that serious because I make jokes all the time, and I said my white friend this, my white friend that, and she's like, why you gotta point out his race, blah blah blah, yada yada. I was like, because it's really not that serious. I mean, if somebody said my black friend, I mean, I wouldn't be mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm black. You white.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, be proud of who you are. I mean, shit didn't happen. It's fine. Move past it. But if you don't talk about it, if you don't talk about it, you don't even know it's offensive. You know what I'm saying? Like if you never have a conversation about it, you will always be walking on eggshells because if you try to make a joke here or there, and it might be funny, but you don't know what's not offensive because you've not had somebody lash back at you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
You didn't
I've made
have
a
that
joke to some
experience
exactly. You
to
gotta
rate
have
something
it.
as good or bad.
Exactly. I mean, it's like why can't you have that experience? Like it happens, you learn from it, move on. You know what I'm saying? Or talk about it in the first place, so you never even get to that point. Um, so I mean, I'm with him. I mean, for a white person today, especially a white male, it's difficult. It's a difficult
If you
society to live
straight
in. But I
too,
mean,
oh Lord, you better not say
oh
a
shit,
goddamn thing wrong.
cis, cis, hetero male is what they call it, bro.
Something like that. I don't be trying to figure out all that bullshit, man.
I mean, I done tried and I'm still not understanding. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be called a he
Yeah.
or a she, I have nothing against you, bro. But just please, can you just be a he or a she? Can it just be that simple?
You just
Like, can you just be a he or she? Not a clipboard, not a piece of Texas cheese toast. Like,
I was
no.
gonna say, what's someone identifies a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Somebody gonna try that shit and it's gonna work, and that shit
I
gonna be
mean,
funny though.
I'm sure we can go on Reddit and find somebody who the fucking went over there and just said, "My name is Mr. Peanut Butter and Jelly. I'm a 35-year-old white male. Take that back, African American male." You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Relax. Okay. Next question. I said, what's a stereotype about your race that you don't like but find that is true about yourself? And I put in quotes, there are some things know are true, but we don't like people calling it out unless it's somebody from our own race. And he said, that's a tough question. I don't like stereotypes about any race, which is the most cookie cutter answer I've ever seen in my life. And I'm going to make sure
He
I
must
tell
have
his
some media
ass.
training on that answer.
He said, PR training, bro. Oh, God. He got Rich Paul or somebody. He said, I don't like stereotypes about any race, religion, gender, or sexual orientation. I guess the only thing that stereotype or the only stereotype that fits me is the type of music I typically listen to. I'm a fan of all genres, but I primarily listen to classic rock or, and this is his words, in quotes, angry white people music, end quote.
Like
He said,
metal, heavy metal.
yeah. He said, I find stereotypes are more humorous. I find the stereotypes more humorous than anything. That's a tough question, though, because I don't feel that I personally fit into the mold or fit into a mold of a stereotypical white dude. I mean, my appearance may tell a different story, but I hate mayonnaise.
I'm with him
I
on that. I
also
hate
feel like I
mayonnaise
could
too.
dance. I also feel like I could dance. Just ask your girl. That was okay. All
Yeah.
right. Um, the reason I asked that question is because you will have, and it's not just white people. You'll have people of just completely opposite races coming up to you. I'm thinking us as African American men, specifically, saying, like, if you want to go get a drink or something, you want some Hennessy, you want some fried chicken, you like grape juice, like nigga, what?
Grape drink. It wouldn't be grape juice. It'd be
Hennessy
grape
is
drink.
nasty. I don't care what anybody say.
I
Hennessy is
drink
nasty.
beer, nigga. Like I
Hennessy
definitely
is
breaking
nasty.
stereotypes here. Like nigga, I don't drink goddamn Hennessy, nigga. I don't hate it, but no, I'm a beer drinker, nigga.
No, I hate it because I'm saying this because if you go get a cognac, it's not gonna be Hennessy. Like you can get something else that's gonna taste way better. Like Hennessy just tastes like a basic ass like whiskey, and it costs like $50 a bottle, bro. It
Cause you
tastes like a
paying for the
basic ass.
name. The people that's endorsed it, Nas, I forgot who else endorsed. I think maybe DJ Khaled or somebody endorsed Hennessy. So those big names attached to that brand is what you're paying for. Like Ciroc,
motherfucking.
same shit. Some sugary ass vodka? Like,
Okay, now I will say Ciroc is better than Smirnoff. I'll take
no,
Ciroc
it's
over
good.
Smirnoff.
I'm not saying it's bad or not. I'm just
Yeah,
saying you're really paying for the Diddy name
yeah,
attached to the Ciroc. Anyone could have made that shit.
bro, and fucking Hennessy, J.R. Smith, bro. He a unofficial sponsor for Hennessy.
Hen Dog, yeah.
Bro.
J.R. Hen
Yes, come
Dog
on.
Smith. Smith and
That
Wesson,
boy be
yeah.
on Henny doing everything, homework, golfing, shooting, wherever he at, bro. But
Nah, shout out to him
okay.
for getting his college degree though. I do
Oh
have to point
God,
that
bro,
out.
and
Yeah, he did get that college degree.
decided to
I'll
golf
give him
too,
that.
bro. That shit funny. But I will say one that I do like about black people, which isn't necessarily always true, because I know some very unathletic people, is that most people who look at you are gonna think you athletic in some way, shape, or form.
I
And I
mean, shit
mean,
is true.
yeah, it's true. I mean, like, I mean, it's true. And I do appreciate that, but I mean, that also comes with the other stereotype, the opposite. So you got a positive stereotype, but then the negative one that comes attached with it is that you're dumb. You know what I'm saying? That you ain't got no common sense. That you just can jump high, run fast, have big hands, and can catch a ball, any ball. You know what I'm saying?
All
Like
brawn, no brains
that's
type
the
shit.
exactly that's the one I like the positive side of that, but the negative side outweighs the positive. You know what I'm saying? So when people come up and be like, "Oh, what sport do you play?" It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
They gonna guess
what else are you
basketball
implying
off.
with that?
He's like, you played basketball, didn't you? It's like they all say
Like,
that shit.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
It's like,
Like,
for
but
some
what else
reason,
are
you
you
just look
implying with
like you
that?
played basketball. I wonder why that is. I wonder what could make you think that. I don't know.
Yeah, like, oh no, but but there are the reason I ask that question is because there are some stereotypes that I don't. They're not bad stereotypes. Like you can have positive stereotypes, but is that like okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it always attached to a negative one? Like, if you're if you're Asian and they say you're good at math, like, is there a bad thing attached to that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I
like
don't think
you
so.
know how to reason with numbers. Like there's
Like,
nothing
oh
bad
no,
about that.
you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know. I would just if we go stereotype people, at least leave it on the positive side.
Shit, here's
I
one
know
that's
I
just
get
factual. It ain't positive or negative. Black people don't start shit on time.
no.
That is true. We get there when we
Well,
get there. It'll be ready when it's ready.
whoa,
That's
now,
that's
whoa
that's
now.
really how it be.
We talk about it's got to be black people time. That's a different time. We
Exactly. That's
can't.
what I'm saying. On time. And I gotta put on
That-
time in quotes.
that's a
On
different
time.
exactly. That's a different time. That's a different time. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start saying, hey, show up at this place at black 30, black
Black.
45, black 15, 10 black after. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cause you damn right. You damn right.
Yep, it's gonna happen
Oh,
when it's gonna happen. We ain't in no rush for nothing. We got too much
we
shit to
taking our
stress about in
time.
our life.
Facts. Okay, question 3. It said, what was your household like growing up? Was there tensions talking about race and how you should act towards a specific race? Or was it completely absent of race? Or did you just not talk about those things in your household? His response was, he gave a long ass response on this. He said, I grew up in an extremely small town, surrounded by a vastly white community. Fortunately for me, my best friend growing up was one of the few black kids in town. I didn't understand the backhanded stigma that being associated with black people wasn't a positive thing from people's point of view in my town, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna hit on in a little bit because that's a good point. How other white people view you when you hang out with black people. That's interesting.
They kind of just
It's
look
like
down on
it's like
somebody. It's
oil
like,
and
oh, you're
water.
hanging with those people. Yeah.
Okay. He said most of my heroes growing up were black. The people I idolized growing up: Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, Reggie Miller, Mike Tyson. Oh, he said Oprah, bro.
Oprah Winfrey. Okay.
I know this nigga ain't never watched the Oprah show. I know he never watched the
Mm.
Oprah show. You better
He ain't
stop.
missing nothing. He ain't missing shit.
The list goes on. To me, I was disappointed that I was white for the longest time. To tell you the truth, I wanted to be like Mike and Kobe, but never felt I truly could be because they weren't white. My mom. Oh, I'm sorry, I got a call. Um, my mom has zero forms of racism in her body, but unfortunately, my dad struggles on that side. It's not that my dad is racist; it's just the environment he grew up in is extremely different than how I grew up. And he put in parentheses race insensitive. We've talked about it, and I know this may sound wild, but I'm proud of him for making the progress that he has. He knows racism is wrong, and he's had a tough time cracking that. Um, he's had a tough time cracking that since it's been ingrained in him for so many years. Growing up, growing up, and still living without a single fiber of hate was hard around his time. Um, and he's ending this by saying, if I don't like someone, it has to do with their character and the way they carry themselves, not based on their skin color. Okay. You go ahead and go ahead.
So to answer, was race being taught and all that stuff? I know when I was a kid, my parents and my brother would use letters to talk about a race. So if they were black, B, white, W, Hispanic, it was just H, Asian, A. And if they're mixed, BW, and they would talk in code as a kid, and I didn't know what that meant. And one day I looked at like a Jet magazine or something that said black. I was like, oh, that's what
That's
they
actually
talking
smart.
about. Yeah, talking in code about race. Yeah,
Mm,
and to go about what he said about his dad. My dad grew up in Alabama in the civil rights era, like when schools were getting
mm.
integrated.
Your,
Integrated. What
your
was
dad
that?
old as
Middle
hell.
school? Yeah, my dad's 70. Yeah, I think it was middle school. I think it was when they first started integrating or whatever like that. And the first things he heard was there goes another one as he got off the bus. So his outlook on white people early on was not the best, but then some
Hmm.
positive experiences changed his view on that to where, he's not racist or nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I
So it's all
mean,
about the life experiences.
that's a fact. And I think my grandma, the reason she don't like me joking around like that, or at least just identified that somebody is white, somebody is Latino, somebody is Asian. It's because she also grew up right in that time. She grew up, she was what, 54, so schools were still segregated. She graduated and schools are still segregated. But she's never, like, I have never once heard her talk bad about nobody because of their race, like ever. And she is part of the reason I am, well, most of the reason I am like I am, because she's the one who actually introduced me to different cultures when I was younger. Because I mean, me and my mom grew up in North Memphis, and it was straight me and yous out there. So without her, I don't think I would think about things the way I do. But that started from an early age. Now, had I stayed in North Memphis until I was, let's say, high school age, I don't know if I would have been able to recover from that in terms of how I view the dynamic between white people and black people. Just because, I mean, living through that for so long, I mean, it's tough. And I mean, when I got to St. George's, it was still a culture shock for me. Like, I mean, I told you this on the last episode. I'm pretty sure that I mean, I called my mom. You got me at the wrong school, man. Like, what?
You like
No.
Spencer James on All American on like the first season when he
Yeah,
went over there. He was
it's the
like, bro,
wrong
y'all got
school,
it.
man.
He's like, I don't want to be here, but they ain't fucking with me up here.
Come on. That's what I'm saying. And segue into that point, that first sentence that he said about growing up in the vastly white community, but he didn't realize the backhanded stigma that came with being a white dude, hanging out with a black dude in a city full of white dudes. It's crazy. It's like if you ever cooking with oil and you put a little drop of water in there, how it all starts to move back away from that little drop. Yeah, and the
Yeah,
strawberry. Yeah, it's crazy though because I saw
that's
that
a good
firsthand.
analogy. Yeah, I didn't even think
I
about
saw
that. That's a real
that.
good analogy.
Yeah, I had to use that with my school counselor at St. George's. But yeah, bro, like that was I I don't know, bro, because it's weird. They do that, and it's like some of them don't even mean to do it. It's like natural. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
he's
it's like it's a conditioned response. I mean, you look at the
yeah.
media, how they portray black people is either you get shot by the police, robbing somebody, killing somebody. It's hardly ever anything good, and that's all strategic. Versus if it's a white person, I mean, if it's a white person, they might be a meth head sometimes. You know, they give them that fucked up picture with the eyebrows missing and shit.
Yeah,
But most of the time, it'd be some shit about pets and all that. Something like happy, some like little kids and all that. But yeah, that's some deep psychology shit right there. That's what
I
that
mean,
is.
yeah, and it goes back to that argument in psychology, nature versus nurture. Like I can leave you in an environment where people are intermingling all this stuff, but if nobody is teaching you to integrate with these kids, you're gonna gravitate to the people who look like you. Like it's natural. You're not scared of that because you are that. So you're gonna go to that person and stay with that person, and they gonna go to that person and stay with that person. Then y'all gonna grow up separate, and then people gonna wonder why. Well, I left you in the classroom full of mixed kids and Asian kids and black kids and white kids and Indian kids. Why y'all not friends? That's not how it work, bro. That's
Yeah,
not how we
that's
gotta
like
teach.
the Stanford prison experiment. Remember they had like some of them as the
Yeah,
prisoners, some as the guards. The ones that were guards started acting like
messed up.
dickheads and shit because they were like, I'm the guard. Now they started taking on that persona. Like, yeah, that's really
Like
me.
like real deal taking that shit on.
Yeah, so
No. Not for me. I don't know why you volunteer for something stupid like that, anyways. But I ain't
they
gonna do it.
probably paid them some money.
I think they
Yeah, they
did if
definitely be
they
paying.
lasted the
They
whole
be
time.
paying people for that shit sometimes. Sometimes they be paying.
But okay, question 4: what's the one thing you want people to know about your culture and where you're from, that's important to you? I'm gonna read that again. What's one thing you want people to know about your culture and where you're from, and what's important to you? So he said, I want people to know that I grew up in a town and was surrounded by a culture where it was predominantly white. It wasn't until college I really was exposed to more of different cultures. Honest to God, I felt more comfortable around I felt more comfortable around other races other than white people when I got to college. My experience with most white people I've come across is that they only care about themselves and they're very arrogant. With other people and cultures, I got the opportunity to meet and know. I felt,
They're
I,
very arrogant.
he said, okay, I'm gonna read that last sentence again because that's important. He said, with other people and cultures I had gotten the opportunity to meet and know, I felt there was more of a sense of community. I felt like once people got to know me and figure out my personality, they see I just like to laugh and joke, and I want people to know that I have a love for everybody. I think that last one, because I was actually talking to somebody about this not too long ago. I don't know if it was can't remember that boy's name. I work with him too. Never mind. Can't remember his name. But new guy, IT guy. We were talking about this, and it was just like I've been in houses, or I've been in families with white families. I've been in family with black families, Indian families, blah blah blah, yada. And it's weird because the whole dynamic shifts from the majority, the white people, to minority families. And I don't know why that is. It's not everybody, because I mean I met a lot of white people who have very close knit families, but that's not the overarching majority. Like even as a minority family, if your kid is doing something bad, right?
Hmm.
You as the parent are going to protect that child through whatever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to talk. Well, I don't know about talking about it. You just going to protect that child through whatever. This man
Yeah.
steals some shit. That ain't my baby. He ain't do it. Indian families or Latino families, close knit, sometimes too close knit, in my opinion. That comes from one of my best friends, Eric. Man, they tight. But you get a white family who are gonna send this child off to rehab or send them off wherever and blah 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 yada yada. It's like the dynamic switches, and I get it, because I mean you're the majority, so I mean you don't go through that daily struggle of having to fend for yourself and blah 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 yada yada. You don't have that same glue bringing you together. And this is not
Hmm.
every minority family, but the overarching majority of minority families, I would say, are closer because of the situation we're in right now. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because we have to be. I mean, if nobody's gonna watch out for us, including the popo, then we got to do it ourselves, and that's not the same for the majority. The majority doesn't have to worry about it as much as the minority, and I think that's why the family dynamics are the way they are, and that's why I like what he said because I've had those same thoughts, and it's just like, what? I mean, family is family, right?
That's what you
But
would think.
yeah,
That is what you would think.
I just I have been thinking that for a while too, and I'm happy that he answered that on this question. I was just like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's really just the way different parenting. Like
Yeah.
from a black parent's perspective, they're more I don't want to say, I guess, abrasive,
Mm-hmm.
for lack of a better term, versus how I've seen any of my white friends who like grew up with their parents and all that stuff. It's a different parenting style. I knew some white kids that was
Yeah.
like getting whooped and shit, but I knew a lot of them that was getting like timeouts and like grounded and like, shit like that. It does have a difference as far as how a child is developing as they get older, how
Mm-hmm.
something is being negatively reinforced to say, hey, don't do that. That's bad. Or positively reinforced. Because you think about this, say they going through divorce. I've seen this one a lot. And this ain't just black, white, whatever. No, this is just divorced families, period. I noticed whenever the kid was like growing up, they get a lot more gifts and stuff from their parents because of the guilt they felt from getting that divorce.
Yeah. That's the truth, isn't it? And I mean, going back to the parenting thing, protecting your kid from their friends is important, and the social media, because I mean, people of the opposite race are going to expect you to act how they see you on the screen, or how their parents portray you to them. Uh, and when it comes to being a minority child and them interacting with a white kid is difficult because I mean most people have their reservations and most people have their prejudices against minorities. So I mean that trickles down to the child, and I mean raising a black kid and teaching him that people are just ignorant. That's tough. Like, you want to teach him and be like, don't take shit from nobody, blah blah blah, yada yada. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, what can you do when they being taught that at home? Like, how to
Yeah, and you don't have a real, I guess, sound explanation to really even make them feel better about it. It's
you
just
got nothing.
that's how it
You got
is.
nothing. And I didn't realize that until I started like really growing up, and I was just understanding where my mom was coming from, always being scared from where I was or whatever. So yeah, I mean, it's difficult. We'll get better.
What's been going on in sports? I don't know. Has it been like any big football games that happen? Is there like a big game or something coming up in the next couple weeks? I don't know, like football or something going on. What they got going on in the sports section? I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. Anyone retire? Something? I don't know what happened.
Well, as a man who played for 22 years, I don't know how many
What?
MVPs. I think they have 3 or 4 MVPs, 7 Super Bowls, 10 appearances. It's crazy. I think they said the next closest person uh, in Super Bowl appearances was it John Elway or somebody like that?
Yeah, 5.
5.
Damn, they got destroyed by the Niners and the fucking Redskins. Wow, Redskins won 42 points. I bet Doug Williams was their quarterback. Ain't that something?
Now I don't know who's next behind them in rings. I think somebody got 3. I think a
I know
few people
somebody
got
got.
3.
Oh shit, Joe Montana got 4. Yeah, because he was the original GOAT. I mean, Brady ain't really the GOAT, but that's another
Shut the
conversation.
fuck.
He's not. He's not, dude. It's amazing what happens when refs don't call your offensive line for holding because they get away with holding, or your receivers for pushing
Oh
off.
my god.
Mike
Oh
Evans.
my god.
Yes, it's amazing what happens when the defense doesn't really blitz you and doesn't touch you. It's amazing. It's amazing what a fucking referee can do for you when you barely get tapped on your leg. It's amazing. You get those, 15 yards? Yeah, it's
Let's
real
see.
cool. It's real cool. Yeah, he's such a GOAT. Yeah,
Yep.
such a GOAT.
Yep. 7 rings. Just remember
Yeah.
that. You
7
just
pity
remember that.
rings.
But to be
Yeah.
real though, to be real though, the NFL is not gonna be the same without him, bro. I was just sitting there thinking about this. I was like, Tom Brady not about to be in the league.
They'll be all right. Fuck him.
Tom Brady not about to be in the league. He been in the league, well, not since I was born, but he's been in the league my whole life. Damn near.
The first Super Bowl I ever watched on TV was Super Bowl 36, was Rams versus Patriots. Because it started off as the Cinderella story that Tom Brady, this nobody, did all this whoop-de-whoop. And then after Super Bowl number 3, then it was they're a dynasty after that Eagles Super Bowl. And it's just that quick. It was really quick how it happened.
6 with one team. Went to another team the next year and won. That's GOAT. That's GOAT shit. That's GOAT shit. Right there. Right there. I don't want to hear that shit. That is GOAT shit.
If that's what you want to call it, bro, go right ahead.
Come on.
Go right ahead.
Oh my God.
Go right ahead. I already told you my quote-unquote GOAT would be Lawrence Taylor, bro. All the shit he was on while playing and not having a heart attack.
Oh, God.
Lawrence Taylor was a beast, bro.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody in my life say Lawrence Taylor was the GOAT of anything.
You would be surprised. Nope. You would be surprised. If we had to pick a player, that is the one. I ain't picking. No quarterback is getting picked. Them niggas ain't tackling. Sorry.
Okay, that's fair. I wouldn't pick a quarterback, but I mean, accomplishment-wise, Tom Brady he's the GOAT for it. He's the GOAT for accomplishments. I'll give him that. He's the GOAT for accomplishments.
About them fake-ass accomplishments, bro. I don't care about that.
I mean,
just seeing what I saw on the field, nigga, Lawrence Taylor, holy shit, man. It sucks what happened to him after football, but yeah, you know.
If you're talking about a GOAT, it's going to have to be a running back.
You going to go with the other LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, the dude who could pass the ball too?
Fuck no, I'm not going with LaDainian Tomlinson.
You going with Barry Sanders, ain't you? Yeah, you going with Barry Sanders, ain't you? Yeah, you going with Barry.
I mean, come on. Or Dion. I can go Dion too.
Prime time, yeah, that's another one. I give you the prime time one. I give you that one.
I mean, but football is hard though. Football is too hard to single out a GOAT though. Like it's too hard. Like it's a team sport. It's way too hard. You got to have a GOAT at every position, and you got to have a GOAT team. You got to have a GOAT 22. Like there's no way you can just say
there's no one. Because not the left, right. Not when you talking about the left and right side shit. We're not 22. Nah, you got to cut some of that shit down. You can say maybe the greatest tackle, guard, and center, but we ain't doing left guard, right guard. No, nigga, pick.
What do you mean?
I'm dead ass serious. We ain't no GOAT 22. Fuck that, nigga. It's the same position on a different side. No, I don't care if your shit is done different.
Oh my God, no!
You're playing the same position on the flip side. No. No.
Yeah, exactly. You could be better than the one on the other side. You could be the greatest left guard.
You're still a guard. You still a tackle. I don't care if it's left or right.
Okay, actually, no, I agree with that. I take it back. I take that back. I agree. I take
linebackers. You can probably get tricky. Actually, that'd just be inside or outside. We ain't doing left, right, middle. Fuck that. No.
You're right.
Inside and outside.
I take it back. Yep. I take that back. And cornerbacks they're different because I mean you got cover corners, man-to-man corners,
zone corner, shit,
nickels. So okay, yeah, I got that. Okay, I'll take that. But now, the Lakers.
Why are you clapping for the Lakers right now? Like they doing something?
It's trash.
You said, wait, you a Lakers fan though? You a Lakers fan?
Yeah, I'm a Lakers fan.
I know you hate LeBron though.
I told you once he signed that contract, I was not watching the game, and I went back on my word and I watched the 2020 finals. Haven't watched the game since.
Yeah, you regretted watching that bullshit, didn't you?
I regretted it, and I only watched game 4 and 5. I think was game 4 the Jimmy's triple double.
I think so. It was game 4.
I think it was game 4. Then I watched number 5, and then I was like, "Fuck that man." Now, what he's doing is stupid. This dude, he's 37. He might be 38. He giving him buckets. 30 points. How many games is it straight? Or was it straight before you started missing games? Like 9? 9 or 10?
Something like that. Yeah,
I mean, it's stupid. Retarded. It's stupid. I hate him, but it's stupid. Like that. And the fact that he's number 10 on the MVP ladder, I mean, it makes sense, but it don't make sense. I mean, they suck as a team.
Names.
Yeah, they suck as a team.
Keep them relevant. Yes. Yeah.
Memphis got Ja.
Yeah, that nigga gonna be
That
good,
boy
bro.
nice. That boy nice. But the team around him is nice too. I mean, Desmond Bane, Jerry Jackson, Dylan Brooks. When that team
Dylan
healthy,
Jackson, bro.
bro, they dogs, bro.
JJ,
Like they
bro.
dogs. They just
JJJ,
a bunch of
Triple J.
dogs. But
But
the
yeah, John
he got
Morant, bro, like he
the
remind me
ugly
of
shot.
like a Russ who can shoot. Like he got that
No,
same
whoa.
energy, that
Don't
same
disrespect him like
attitude.
that. Let's go Derrick
Yes.
Rose. Let's go Derrick
Nah.
Rose. Or like an AI.
That still be like a Russ that can shoot though, if you said Derrick Rose.
No, no. Do not
Yeah.
disrespect Derrick Rose like that. You know
Nigga,
who
they
was
had the
trembling in their
same
boots to play
game,
him?
bro.
You know who was
They
trembling in
had the
their boots to
same
play him?
game.
Russell
Russ just could
Westbrook
hit shit.
was scared to guard that man. Scared to guard him. You know who wasn't scared to
That
guard
don't
him?
matter.
Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose. You know who's giving them buckets?
That don't even
Derrick
matter, bro.
Rose. He was 21. Oh, he was
I'm just
21 when
talking
he won
about
the
playing
MVP, right?
style, bro. I'm just talking about playing style. He play like Russ, but he can shoot.
I don't know about Russ not that crafty though. He's not that crafty with the ball. His handles are too good. Derrick Rose had
Russ
better
is
handles than
crafty.
Russ.
He just
Russ
makes
is
it's the
fast. He's not
basketball
crafty.
IQ shit that fucks Russ up because he used to going fast all the time. And when shit slow down to half court, it doesn't. That fast shit doesn't work. You just can't be jacking up 40-foot jumpers and shit. Like, nigga, you was playing in Houston. You tried this shit. It didn't work. You was playing the OKC. You was trying this shit. It didn't work. You ran KD off as a result of doing this fuck shit. But for some reason, you still think it's a good idea to jack up these late game shots. But you know,
Well, I
that's
just
his role.
with OKC because they were like after KD left and when they got PG like in that sequence like a little bit after his MVP season. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think Russell Westbrook has ever found his identity as a player. You know what I'm saying? Because he tries to do too much. He tries to do too much of what other people are doing instead of continuing to do the same
Doing
thing.
what he does
What he's
best.
good at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you shooting fadeaways and hitting this bitch off the side of the backboard when you could just get to the rim every time? You just dunked on Rudy Gobert, one of the nastiest dunks I ever seen. Why don't you do that more, game? And I get your knees probably going out or whatever, but you're going to get fouled. Like, why are you pulling up? Like, why are you settling? And even when he was averaging those triple doubles, he had the ball 80% of the
Yeah,
time.
that
And
usage rate was higher than a motherfucker because they couldn't do shit when he went to the bench.
And I will say, I agree with whoever said he devalued the triple double, but I also think that he did make his teammates better, but he also made them worse because they could never get in the groove. They couldn't get a rebound or an assist, to get them going. You know what I'm saying? Without Russell
him
Westbrook right
trying to
there.
actually go out his way to get the rebound too and steal a rebound from
But
Steven Adams or
LeBron does
whoever.
that same thing though. He does that
Oh yeah,
same
he stat
thing.
pad. LeBron stat
He
pads like a
does,
mug.
he stat pads, but he don't let other people get in a rhythm at the right times. He'll let them get in a rhythm. I don't know, second quarter, first quarter. When it comes to the fourth quarter, LeBron, and he was. I think he was better. I think he was better about this when he had better teammates, which makes sense, obviously.
Yeah, they mask a lot
Because
of
D
deficiencies.
Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Kevin, they don't need 9 shots to get them going. You know what I'm saying? But
Veteran
now with the
niggas with clutch
Lakers,
veins.
bro, with the Lakers, his badge is bad about it, bro. He used to be so good about timing wise, like when to get people involved here and there, which is one of the things I really respect about LeBron. But I don't, like I said, maybe it's the pieces around him. I just don't see him doing that no more.
Yeah, them niggas getting traded in LA, bro. A lot of
Bro, but
niggas
like,
getting traded, bro.
like, what
Them
were they
niggas
thinking when
gone.
they were putting the team together? They really
Bro,
thought, oh, Kent Bazemore's gonna make a huge difference.
Bro, it's all
What?
trade bait. The same shit we saw with the Cavaliers when they had D Wade, Jay Crowder, Isaiah Thomas. Enough trade pieces. They need something just to get something back. In which that team, after the fact, still shouldn't even made it to the finals. That Cavaliers team, but you know.
And I can guarantee you, the Lakers are gonna turn it on in the playoffs. Guaranteed.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Who you
Because
got in the finals? Who you got in the finals though?
I don't know yet. I gotta
I
wait till
got Brooklyn in the East.
I gotta wait till after the All Star game. Probably,
I'm
I gotta wait
sticking
till
with LA.
about 60 to 70 games. And then I
Nigga, you
tell
mean
you.
until it's almost playoff time is when you gonna make your
I mean,
prediction?
that's 12 games away from playoff time. That's 12 games away. That's still a lot to happen. Still a lot to happen.
I know, but you can still make a prediction now. Yep,
I'll go
Lakers got it.
Warriors. I'll go Warriors. And East is tough. I'm gonna
Unless
go
you say
Bulls.
Chicago.
I'm gonna go Bulls.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you got
That's a
two
shocker.
MVP candidates on the same team. On the same team. Balling. And they're the number one seed. It's hard to bet
Ooh,
against them right now. But that's why I don't want to predict it right now. Because I mean, in a 7-game series going against Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero, Darius Garland and Jared Allen and Giannis and Chris
Giannis
Middleton. I
Tall
mean, that's
Man.
tough. That's tough. And then you got Brooklyn. you got you got Brooklyn. Like what? And Boston is probably going to turn their stuff on at the end of the year.
Remember Doc Rivers? What was he like, the president of the Clippers or some shit? And that did
Yeah,
not work
and the
out too
coach.
well. Yeah.
I mean, he
Bill O'Brien is
he
a GM
he
for the Texans and the head coach. That didn't turn out too well.
he was in the playoffs with them though.
Talking about
Twice.
Doc or Bill
Doc,
or
I'm talking about
both.
Doc. I'm talking about Doc.
But he
Now
choked in the
Doc
playoffs, so it's irrelevant.
Doc tried to run that team like the Celtics, and they just didn't. They're not dogs like that. They're
Bro,
not
he
dogs like
struck
that.
gold with the Celtics. That's all that was. The nigga is not a clutch coach. He don't know how to make adjustments. He do the dumbest shit at the worst possible time. That Philadelphia Hawks game from the playoffs last year where they blew that big ass lead should tell you everything. Because we've seen that time and time again with Doc Rivers where that nigga was just mismanaging, leaving players in that shouldn't be left in, not calling timeouts when the team is getting red hot. Not just hot, nigga, red hot. That fire might be
Well,
blue, nigga. So
he's
that's who
he's
he
not a
is. Who he
big
is.
he's not a big X's and O's guy. He's more player.
Motivation. He's a motivation guy.
No,
He's a I'm gonna clap it up
he's
and
a he,
yell and get you
he's a
hype.
player edit guy. He's a player edit guy. He wants them to fix it on the court, which is just that's not coaching, dog.
He ain't no
That's
Eric
a
Spoelstra.
that's a church league basketball team. That's a development league coach. Like, dog, no, you're the NBA getting
Whole
paid to
bunch
win
of
games.
Good job, guys. Let's go, guys.
No,
Coach, we down by 20. Good job, guys.
they have player development coaches for a reason. They got all these people
Yeah.
online. That C Brickley dude and Lethal Shoot. They got all them to coach them outside of you being on the court on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they're gonna add another day here soon. We're gonna have 8 days of the week. Fun day. The last thing we got is politics. Now, I just want to stick with the NRA because I really do want to go laugh at Joe Biden tripping, but that was like 7 months ago, and it's still funny because I looked at that video. Do you know that dude who's like, oh no, oh no, 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 no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I watched that video about 50 times and I can't get it out of my head. But I will talk about him, not about him tripping or anything, but his mental health is concerning, but it's not that
He
concerning.
can't finish sentences, bruh. The nigga
It's
can't finish sentences.
it's concerning, but it's not that concerning because the man is almost 80. He's almost 80.
He can't finish goddamn sentences, bro. That
This-
shit, I forgot what did I see, bro? It was something
he
recent.
is-
He was talking.
he's
No, it
almost
was the bridge in
80.
Pittsburgh. He couldn't finish his sentences, bro. I was like, bro.
He's 80. He's 80, bro. He need to stop pretending like he's not 80. That's the whole issue. He need to come out and be like, I'm 80. If I can't finish my damn sentences, shut the fuck up. Like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Is your grandma finishing all her sentences? No.
That's
If he
too
came
many
out and said
words
that-
for Joe. That is way too many words for Joe. You need to dial it down a little bit.
Now, I will say that he does need to go ahead and let Camilla start like briefing everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like just on everything. Like we need a clear picture of what's going on because you stopping in the middle of your sentences and leaving press conferences half finished is not doing anything. Like it's not doing anything.
That's good entertainment, bro. He picking up where Trump left off. He's just not as good at entertaining people as Trump is.
No, and you cannot be at the helm of the fucking system, bro. And 80 years old. Capitalism is beautiful, but you cannot be at the helm of the fucking system at 80 years old, bro. You're turning into like a Rick and Morty episode. I don't even know. Like, just stop. I don't understand.
Rick
But
and Morty.
the NRA, I don't understand how we're having policy issues over this. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why the Second Amendment was a thing. You know what I'm saying? The right to bear. Were we in war-driven times besides the Civil War? Like, when have we ever been in war-driven times besides in this country, besides the Civil War? Why do we need to walk to McDonald's with our pistol? You know what I'm saying? Why we need to walk to Kroger with our pistol? And let me make this clear. I'm not against having guns. You can have a gun at your house. That's cool. You can have a gun at your house. If you go hunting, you can have a gun to go hunting. That's cool. Why you got to carry it in public? Who you flexing on? Most people don't even know how to shoot a gun. Ain't nobody gonna look at you and be like, "Oh, he got a gun. Let me go talk to him." No, nigga. They gonna say, "Oh, he got a gun. Let me walk the other way." You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make no sense. And I get it if America was just this war-driven country like Palestine or somewhere. Like, okay, we need to protect ourselves. Everybody has the right to bear arms. You know what I'm saying? You never know who's gonna come at you, suicide bombing. Okay, cool. That's fine. What? Nigga, we chilling. We're sitting here making a YouTube series right now. Who do I need to shoot? You know what I'm saying? Who do I need to shoot? But at the same time, it's like even if you get rid of that policy, who's gonna go up and take up all the guns?
Military.
You gonna go knock on the door? Yo, give me a gun. And you know they ain't gonna give you all the guns.
Goes
Yeah,
back
unless
to
you
the
go
Second
through.
Amendment.
True. Then another one, invasion of privacy. But it's like I just still don't. I don't understand like where it all came from. And I looked up. I went and looked up instances of where guns have saved people's lives. And you know where most of that's happened at, like the setting of most of that shit,
Where?
a home invasion, which makes sense. Somebody comes into your home, you're gonna shoot their ass. And a lot of the times they didn't even shoot them. They just pulled out the gun. The burglar saw it and they just left. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think there was a couple instances where the person was they were in a park and they had their gun in their purse. And this dude came up behind them. She pulled a gun and capped his ass, like dead on scene. Like he used to start running at her and she said, pop, pop, pop. And he did have a gun on her, so he probably would have killed her. But like 85% of the good stories about guns and saving people's lives came from home invasions. So, I mean, that goes back to my point. I agree you can have it in your home. That's fine. That's cool. You do whatever you want in your house. But like there ain't no reason that you should just be outside with a Glock or a Desert Eagle or a 9mm just chilling in your pocket because you know how mad people get on the road. You know how mad people get if you say something crazy. Like, what happened to the just fuck you, bitch, blah blah blah, yada yada, like talking mad shit, and then y'all walk away and go about your day? Why you gotta shoot somebody?
Oh, you
And the
want to
thing about it
know
is,
why that is?
yeah,
This is why. Motherfuckers
facts.
like to flex on Instagram. Like, I got the 30 clip on me, nigga. Da 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 da. I got the stick. Whoop de whoop. All this dumb shit.
You
And
got the
it
sticky, you
goes
still
back
living
to
in the
social
sticks.
media. Everybody, they see it so much on social media when niggas pull out guns on their IG live, which is fucking just dumb as hell. Like, nigga, they got your location on IP address. Like, chances are the shit you got strapped up is not legal. So, cops gonna show up.
No, and it's like, bro,
Like,
it's like you flexing about this gun you got, and your ass still living in the sticks. How you flexing about this gun that you just spent $4,000 or $5,000 on, and you can barely pay your damn rent? That don't make no fucking
that makes
sense.
no sense.
That
Make
don't
no
make
goddamn
no
sense.
sense. And it's like you flexing to other people who also care for. Like, who are you flexing for? Like, what do these people mean to you? You know what I'm saying?
That's
This is
just
not your
the
fan
time
base. This is
period
not your
we live in.
following.
Yeah.
It just
Everybody
don't.
wants
It
a
don't
fan
make no
base though.
sense. But it's like, how
Everybody
do
wants
other
their
people not
15
think about
minutes
it
of
like
fame.
this?
Simple, man.
So how
Like,
do,
everybody want their 15 minutes of fame, and some people willing to do the dumbest, craziest shit to do it. Like the chick with the super glue. People who was licking the thing with the ice cream. Like, people do anything for fame and attention, bro. Like, so it's
so
not
yeah.
far fetched to think somebody gonna pull out a gun in some random situation. Like, ooh, check this out. I'm on IG Live right now. Or do this for a TikTok and run up and try to, as a prank, rob somebody like on the street. As calm down, bro. It's just a prank. You know how they do that dumb shit. So it's not
Which
far fetched at all.
and I was talking to my mom about this because she was like, I think I'm gonna go get a gun and take some gun class. I was like, okay, you can have a gun in the house. You don't need a gun on you because you needed one for you need one for the 40 some odd years you've been alive. So why do you think you need one now? And then she started telling me, I mean, I agree with her. I mean, the only reason I tell her not to get it right now is because my little brother is 7. So I'm like, you got a little kid now. You probably just wait till he's like 13 or something like that, and then you grab you one. Because there's
So
plenty
he
of
don't get his
alternatives.
hands on it and shit like that, and
Yeah, and I'm
pop off.
he is. I don't think he'll ever know what to do with him because he's a very innocent kid. Um, and we grew up in completely different situations. And I was talking to her about that yesterday too. Uh, but yeah, it's just not even. It ain't even worth the risk because there's so many alternatives to guns. You got taser, you got pepper spray, you got a knife, and I get it if somebody is shooting at you from 20 feet away. Ain't nothing you can do about that. It's really just your time. But unless you are being targeted or it is extremely random, it is rare that your ass is gonna find yourself in a situation where somebody is coming at you with a gun. And it's probably less rare today than it was when she was growing up, but it's still rare as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's still rare as fuck.
Depends. You never know. That is one of the things you
You're
never
right.
know. The moment you just
You're
say
right.
that, some shit might pop off. Who knows? So that is one of those situations you never know what somebody be on, bro. What triggered them
Right.
that day? What made them snap? It could have been something from somebody else they ran into before they even got to you. But you were the first person they saw, and it's like, man, I don't like the way this nigga looking, cause this nigga always piss me off. And then they do some shit and try to start something on purpose with you. So
Yeah, and my
there's
mom
other
sent me a
things that go
video on
into it.
Instagram of a guy. He brake checked somebody, and because I guess they were riding his ass. 'Cause I do that shit sometimes. I'm riding back from Knoxville to Memphis.
That's
People
the
be on my
dumbest
ass.
shit. I hate people who do that shit,
I'm
bro. That
like,
brake check shit
bro.
is so stupid, bro. That's the dumbest shit you can do driving. You putting your own car in like risk for no fucking reason over some
And
petty shit, bro.
I'm gonna get a
For
bumper
real.
sticker that's gonna say, "I got some good ass insurance. I make a lot of money. If you rob my ass, I'm gonna smack the fuck out of these brakes. I'm gonna have to get that bumper sticker in about 7, 8 years because I don't make no money right now. But I'm gonna have
Smack
to
the
get
fuck out of these
that.
brakes.
I'm gonna smack the fuck out of these brakes, and I'm gonna eat your shit up. But nowadays, you don't know if somebody gonna come out and kill your ass. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I usually just get over. But it's like that shit happens, bro, because it's like gun culture is so accessible now. It's so easy to get to. This dude had it in his console, and the people pulled up on the side of him, and they rolled the window down. You're like, traffic road rage shit. Like, yeah, fuck you, bitch, blah, blah, blah. The nigga didn't even roll down his window. He shot through his window into the other car. And he didn't kill nobody, surprisingly. But he went and turned himself in.
That wait, time out. Run that back, bro. I feel like I missed something. So this dude got into an altercation on the road, shot through his own windshield,
Open your phone. Open your phone.
and then called the police on himself.
No, no, no. He
What?
didn't call the police on himself. He drove himself to the station.
What?
I just sent you some on Instagram. Go look at this.
Let me see what we got. Okay, let me pause this real quick. This nigga is driving while shooting through his own windshield. Like,
And he
nigga,
can't
even on
shoot
GTA,
shit,
you stick
bro.
the gun out the car, bro. Like, you don't. Come on, bro.
Bro,
This ain't a fucking
you
Fast and
see his
Furious
face.
movie.
You see his face like, oh shit, I'm doing this.
Yeah, he got that adrenaline rush from that shit.
He went and turned himself in.
Cause they threw a water bottle at him. Wow.
Well, he brake checked them first. The dude who shot the gun, he stopped on his brakes in front of those people, and then they swerved around and threw a water bottle in his car, and then he just fucking opened on their ass.
Can't even fucking
Hey,
hold the shit steady, bro.
time out.
Like, then you
You know what he
driving on top of
said?
that.
You know what he said in court? He said, I shot at them because I thought they shot at me first. He started shooting before the car even pulled up on the side.
And a
I'm
water bottle does
dead.
not resemble no goddamn bullets.
No, unless you lived in goddamn Beverly Hills your whole life, you know what the damn gunshots sound like. Stupid, bro. Stupid. That shit's been happening a lot in Memphis lately. So prayers out, but I haven't seen it happen. But my mama she be dramatic. So,
I mean,
but
Memphis is a hate-driven city. That's why. Like Chicago, there's a lot of negative energy built up in New Orleans. They got a lot of negative energy there and shit.
it's tough, man. Try and do better, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But closing remarks.
Say no to drugs.
Hopefully, it won't be 6 to 8 months for the next episode.
Bet not,
I
nigga.
mean, we keep y'all anticipating. That's a good thing. I'm actually alcohol's out of the picture right now, sadly.
Why, you taking a break from it or something?
Nah, I was drinking last weekend. I don't know why I said
I was like, nigga, I know your ass was turned last weekend. Goddamn, bro. That's crazy as
But
hell.
no, when I was serving, it was like, I'm telling you, after every shift we going out. It's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, when you working food, you going out getting turned. Lucky for me, I was not 21, so my drinking habits would have been way worse.
Oh, they
Was I
were
20? No, I think I was 19. No, I was 19 when I was working in food, bro. I was good.
24. That's nuts. All right, peeps. It's Derek. Peacing out. Oh,
If you like,
Lobo.
comment,
Snap God, ugly
subscribe,
ass.
ring the notification bell. Boy, you look like Black Boy JB. I know you ain't talking.
But all right. Until next
We
time,
out, man.
hopefully it'll be about, I say, a week or two until I put a new script together. So probably sooner
We
than that.
are out.
We'll see.